Welcome back, and in front of you, you have something very new to me, and that is my first ever return from any grading company. It's the first time I sent stuff out. This happens to be autographs that I sent through Slab City. You can Garrett Card Cutter on YouTube, and it's all basic autograph submissions. And this is 10 items of the 50 or 51 I sent in. So this is what he was able to get back so far. These are all from March, April time period when they were first sent out. And the results are pretty much in line with what I expected. There was 8 that were good and slabbed, 2 that were rejected. And the 2 I knew were questionable to begin with. So let's start with the rejects first. And that is 2 Mario Lemieux cards. The one I was really questioning. This one I thought had a good chance because I had already had the JSA sticker. The number checks out online. Everything. So you have to remember that when it comes back questionable, it's not saying it's not real, it's saying they're not going to stand behind it. So, and sometimes people have resubmitted these, maybe not this particular card or player, but you can resubmit, and sometimes it'll come back good. But these are the 2 rejects I had. Again, I'm not as familiar with Lemieux's signature, so to have those come back, I wasn't completely shocked on those. However, what I am pretty comfortable with judging is Hank Greenberg's autograph. And in this order, I had 5 Greenberg autos come back, 24 more still out there. So that'll be future videos, obviously. And a lot of these, actually, 4 of the 5 were eBay purchases without authentication. So, again, if you PSA a particular player, really get to know their auto, because buying not authenticated stuff, as long as you're comfortable with your assessment and the risks associated with it, you can get some really great deals. Especially with the current market, I got some absolutely phenomenal deals on each one of these Hank autos. But let's start with the smaller slabs. So this is going to be a mid-30s Hank auto. And this was stacks of plaques, authentic signature, which means nothing. But PSA passed it, and again, to me, it looked good, so I picked it up. Next one's a nice dated piece. Supposedly this was received on September 19th, 1940. So you're looking at something that's 81 years old, essentially. And this is a signature that fits that date. A nice little cut. I like how this one presents. I was happy to get it in a slab. And this is a unique one. It came up. This is the back. 1960, I believe. Pittsburgh Pirates team card, which Hank signed. So nice period signature. And the nice thing is you have, between these 3, you have 3 very distinct signatures. You have mid-30s, 1940, or basically Warriors signature, and then the tail end of his career and early executive signature. So a nice little collection of 3 signatures there. Let's take a break for a minute and go over this one. This one was already Beckett certified. Did not have the letter with it, but did have the sticker, and the sticker checked out. Which, with JSA, it's not, some of these other companies, not always a guarantee. David Ben-Gurion, first Prime Minister of Israel. It's a nice envelope there, nice clear signature. Happy to have this protected now. And now we get back to, once I can find a spot for this. It'll probably fall onto screen later. Back to the Hank signatures. This is a mid-60s Concord Resort Hotel. This is a kosher establishment up in the Catskills, so in the Borscht Belt. But just a signed piece of stationery, as noted by JSA. So now you get into the late 60s, and then a really, really nice piece. The only one I did not get on eBay, but it was the result of an eBay purchase. So this is a nice magazine cutout. This is a really nice mid-30s signature on a magazine photo or newspaper photo. They have it as newspaper photo. This is a situation where I bought one item, and then in buying that item, I reached out to the seller and said, hey, if you have any other material, any other autographs in particular of Greenberg, Arnovich, Berg, I'd be interested. So at the time, I was buying a 1939 Morris Arnovich auto, but with that note started a conversation which led to a rather large purchase of Greenberg autos, some Moberg autos and items, some photos, just a whole wealth of material for the collection. And this is one of them. Again, did not have any sort of authentication with it, but again, in looking in the signature, since I'm much more familiar with Hank's signature and how it was changed over the years, it looked good to me, and JSA agrees with me. So, nice earlier signature of Greenberg. And you can roughly date it simply by the write-up down here. Next up, we have something that was previously deemed authentic by PSA. We have what looks to be an original photo, Max Baer, 1936, autographed photo. So July 1936. This one, Baer autos can go all over the place. Really nice period signed photos, have quite a bit of premium to them. And this one, if I remember correctly, I scored for under $100. So I was happy to get this in a slab. The nice thing, since it was already PSA authenticated, I only had to pay for the slabbing. So it was like $20 to get it in a slab and protected. And that was my main goal with this particular item, is I wanted to protect it from future potential damage. So now it is sealed and protected, and I'm happy with that. And the last item, this was an item I stole off of eBay some time ago. This is one of those throw a really, really low offer at them and see what happens. And it went from an extremely low offer to a very, very low counter offer. So Jimmie Foxx autos, even though this one is not the greatest condition, it is still autoed right on his leg. It is an original photo. In the locker room, meeting some sort of child there. So Jimmie Foxx autos are outrageously expensive. A cut is usually right around $1,000. Photos carry a premium, just as baseballs do, and cards are just non-existent at this point. So for much, much less than that. I managed to buy the piece itself, and this is the most expensive slab I had to pay for an authentication at $100. This was previously Beckett authenticated, so I was pretty confident in both purchasing it and sending it to PSA. But it is still nice to have it come back in a slab, well protected, and authenticated again, this time by PSA. So this is the big one. This is the one I'll be selling. Obviously the Greenberg items, Max Baer, be staying in the collection. Ben-Gurion will be staying in the collection. Just some really big slabs that came back. These are all basically photo slabs. Got Ben-Gurion there. And we got the nice variety of Hank signatures. Kind of all of the different time periods from, just in these 5 signatures we cover basically a 30-year span in Hank's career, from the mid-30s through the mid-60s. So from playing days to executive days, between this being the earliest example and the stationary being the most recent example. But still got, again, 40 more items total over at PSA. Still waiting for those to filter back to Slab City, Garrett, and then back to me. And as a reminder, there's another 24 Hank signatures, a few Morris Arnovich signatures, some Mo Berg checks, some Al Rosen autos, and a few other odds and ends, which I sent in. Some of more significant than others. Some are just fun stuff I figured I sent in because the price was right. So, if you're ever thinking about submitting any autographs, now again, this is a basic submission, which is not authenticating what the signature's on, but only the signature itself, which is why you'll see cut or trading card or envelope or things like that. Dual service, authenticating, say, a card as authentic and the signature is authentic, is still up in the air at this point. Many of us are waiting for it, but it's just going to take some time before that actually becomes a reality. But I figure I share at least these initial results with you. Again, 20% of the order in. Looking forward to the rest of it. Again, I have confidence in the Greenberg signatures, which is a little over half of what is still out there, as well as the Arnovich, the Rosens, and some of the odds and ends I was able to scrounge up and send over to Garrett. So I figure this is a good way to end the week. Little return mail day of PC ads and at least one item to sell. And until next time, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. And have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating, whether it's making videos, watching and commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to your LCS or local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into this, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.